shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
Congratulatory tweet out there. Remember, he's just a few behind. He tweets, "Congrats, Drew. Couldn't be more deserving. Passing Peyton in anything is an incredible achievement. Your records will be tough to beat, but it's worth trying." Brett Favre also getting in, tweeting, "Congrats to Drew Brees on an amazing achievement." And J.J. Watt getting in as well, tweeting, "Congratulations at Drew Brees," calling him an absolute legend.
So when you try to put all of this into context, Dan and Marcus, it is interesting for Drew Brees because he's not going to be satisfied with anything less than...
It shows you how much respect you get in this league when you accomplish something. He have a record, but more importantly, he wanted a Super Bowl ring to go along with that record because he's a Hall of Famer once he's done. If he win a championship this year, that put him over the top of one of the best quarterbacks. Because I say that because he won another one before he retired. And I feel like he can. The team they have, as long as he at quarterback, the Saints could get to the Super Bowl.
Championships. So Marcus, does Drew Brees, with everything that he's accomplished, have enough around him this year to win the Super Bowl?
Absolutely, he does. When you look at, first of all, we always try to put quarterbacks in context of how much they can lift their team, devoid of talent, right? Drew Brees is not in that situation. Drew Brees is not in Russell Wilson's situation that he was in where he had to lift guys up. He's not, obviously not in Tom Brady's situation. He has a prolific pass catcher in Michael Thomas. He has a tight end who I think could be a great link in a playoff run. And we could end up saying Jared Cook was...
That's one thing teams always have. You had that one good tight end to go along with your wide receiver because they only got one wide receiver that gets open. But they tight end is the other dangerous guy, and that's Cook. Everyone need a tight end to be their safety blanket in this league.
Maybe the most important part of the Saints if they do get a Super Bowl done. And then you look at Alvin Kamara, who has not technically got off yet, but we know Sean Payton will have things dialed up for him. This team is primed offensively to do it. We saw him put up 40 points against one of the best defenses in the league, and you still got 9 back there. And Taysom Hill, to me, and after this, Dan, I'm going to let it go. Taysom Hill, to me, is like when we were introduced to the point forward in the NBA. Okay. It's a guy that you're trying to figure out what type of defense do we play to stop him. Where is...
And that's why these teams are successful. When you have a guy that's willing to play these tight roles, he do special teams. They use it in the backfield as a running back. They do tricky plays with him to throw the football. And then they line him up, a wide receiver, and he do all of them. He's willing to do all that to be able to be on the field to help this team, and he willing to take that role. And he took it, and look what he's doing. He having an impact on his team. Playbook have him in there. Sean Payton put him in place. And that's a lot of respect right there. That show you what you have to do in that field. And he put that work in to be able to get that trust from Sean Payton.
He gonna line up? Is he gonna play guard this game, or will he be down on the block? He can cover all positions. That's Taysom Hill, who could be a wild card as well.
I want to take the Taysom Hill conversation a little bit, right? Because yes, they have those pieces, Thomas and Brees. We started talking about Taysom Hill on the show last year, and kind of throughout this season, I've been a little bit frustrated, honestly, because sometimes I'm like, why are we taking Drew Brees off the field? What Sean Payton has done is kept them both on the field, and they put Taysom Hill at...
They do that because, yeah, Drew Brees, he's one of the best quarterbacks all time. But the age cut over and he can't push the football down the field as much as he used to. So you have a quarterback in your system that can do that. And that's why they made a play for that. So they can be able to throw it down the field. You know, you got one of the smartest quarterbacks, but he can't push the football down down the field like he used to. And that's why you make a play up for Taysom Hill to get in there and so you can push the football down the field when they need it.
Quarterback sometimes, and then he throws the ball. So as a defensive coordinator, think about it. Like Taysom Hill comes on the field, now they're having him throw the football, run the football, and you still have guys like Michael Thomas. So as a coordinator, you're going, I have no idea what they're going to do. Now, we can stand here and talk about all of their weapons. I love talking about weapons. The thing that's going to separate this football team in comparison to a lot of teams in the league, let alone the NFC, their offensive line right now is as good as anybody in football. That matters because the San Francisco 49ers can get after the quarterback. They can match up in that way. And then defensively, no team is getting after the quarterback better than the Saints.
Right.
So you're looking at it and going, football is often won on that line of scrimmage. I love the weapons.
That's what you need. When your defensive line can control the line of scrimmage and your offensive line can control the line of scrimmage, that determines everything for a team. They have a good defensive line and they have a good offensive line. And that's why this team is where they at right now.
They've got the offensive line and they've got the pressure to get after quarterbacks. So yeah, he is absolutely surrounded really well to go on a Super Bowl run.
I'm
Okay,
rubbing
quickly,
off on him.
if Tom Brady had Michael Thomas,
Don't do that.
everyth's different, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
The whole
these
conversation
people-
would be different.
We're talking. Here
conversation.
goes the Patriots
Yeah.
again. The Saints are set up 1 through 53 to be almost, to certainly be the team to beat because of their history together, because of their experience, and they have a receiver that, because of the way they use Michael Thomas and move him around, it's really difficult to defend against. His Twitter handle is "Can't Guard Mike" for a reason, because you literally can't do it before the ball is ever getting snapped.
I think these next 2 weeks are huge to see who ends up with these home field advantages and these buys. Because if the Saints-Packers game is in Green Bay, I think we look at it differently than if it's in New Orleans. If the Saints-Seahawks game is in Seattle versus, and I think that's critical what happens in the.
That's why they know they backs against the wall. Because dome teams particularly don't do good outside against teams that have stadiums that's outside. They are a good dome team. The Saints still a good team. They probably still could figure out a way to beat a team outside, but they don't particularly do that well in the tight games. So they know they have to keep their home field advantage for them. Every day had to go through New Orleans. They want to be able to do that. They want to be able to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs. But it's up to them to continue playing hard. And that's what they're going to do. Because right now, Seattle's sitting at the top right now. They got really, throughout the playoffs, like home field advantage throughout the playoffs, it depends on that 49ers game and Seattle game. That's going to be a big game between them two at the end of the year. And I mean, you had to go through San Francisco or Seattle to get to a championship. And you know, Seattle got a little dumb, but they outside team themselves, basically. Like, so they particularly don't do that well outside any dome team.
Next 2 weeks to set that up in terms of.
Ask yourself this: what quarterback is playing the best? Russell Wilson's not playing as good as he was at the beginning of the year. Aaron Rodgers is not playing better than Drew Brees. You could put Jimmy Garoppolo into the conversation because he's had some moments, but no quarterback in the NFC is playing better than Drew Brees has since he's come back from his thumb. No quarterback is playing better, and that's a stark difference to what it was last year at this time.
I would also say, too, if Alvin Kamara really gets going, Greeny, the whole thing's different, too, for the Saints.
Yeah. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app, and for live streaming sports and